How you doing, anglers? This is Wesley Remmer with the Peninsula Clarion, and you're watching Tight Lines, your hub for all things fish on the central Kenai Peninsula. Well, the Alaska Department of Fish and Game issued a pair of emergency orders Wednesday for sockeye salmon in the Kenai River, increasing the daily possession limit and extending dip netting hours after fish surged into the river in record-breaking numbers over the weekend. Dip netting is now open 24 hours daily, and the bag limit for traditional anglers is 6 instead of 3. More than 230,600 sockeye flooded the Kenai on Sunday, which shattered the record of about 217,000 set in 1987, according to Fish and Game, and another 260,000 plus entered the river Monday and Tuesday combined. Although numbers are tapering off and many of the fish are nearing Skilac Lake, another huge batch of sockeye could be on their way, Jason Pollock with the Department of Fish and Game told me. Offshore test boats around Anchor Point recorded indices of sockeye ranging from 230 to 270,000 after the weekend run, meaning another push could be on its way. Those were big numbers for 4 days, Pollock told me. If it follows suit, then we should see another surge of fish pretty darn soon. Dip netters should understand that the weekend flood of fish has passed through the dip net fishery upstream towards Skilac, so the action won't be as hot until more fish hit the river. Still, anglers can wet their nets around the clock through July 31st. Before Wednesday's emergency order, dip netting was open 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Those with a traditional rod and reel are now allowed to keep 6 sockeye daily, although the limit remains 3 for the Russian River and Kenai River fly fishing only zones. Check the regulations for details on those areas. In king salmon fishing, the late run is still on pace to go down as below average, but some anglers reported a lot of success this week. Longtime Soldotna resident Bob Penny, who lives at River Mile 23 and has fished the Kenai for 35 years, said Monday was one of his best days in recent memory. Penny anchored off Eagle Rock slightly after 6 a.m. on an incoming tide with a group of 5 friends, and they hooked 8 kings in about 4 hours, releasing 3, losing 1, and keeping 2 44-pounders and a 39-pounder. The avid fisherman said there were between 17 and 19 boats in the area throughout the morning, and he saw 55 kings hooked. Penny said he used eggs with spin and glow lures as well as quick fish and found success with both. Fish and Game reported that 1,364 kings passed through the sonar Monday, to bring the season total passage estimate to 16,570, although the department added that those numbers could be high. Remember as well, restrictions are still in place from regulatory markers about 300 yards downstream of the mouth of Slycock Creek, upstream to the outlet of Skilac, and in the Moose River from its confluence with the Kenai to the northernmost edge of the Sterling Highway Bridge, that requires anglers release all kings caught between 20 and 55 inches through 11:59 p.m. July 31st. Down south in halibut fishing, it's been slow in Kachemak Bay, Carolyn Bunker, also with Fish and Game, told me. Bunker did say that halibut fishing has been fair to good in the central and southern portions of Cook Inlet, and catch rates have been decent out of Anchor Point and Deep Creek, with halibut ranging from 6 to 82 pounds and averaging about 16 pounds. Also down south, the lower portions of Deep Creek, the Anchor River, and Storiski Creek are closed to king fishing through 11:59 p.m. July 31st. Those areas are open to all other sport fishing, but anglers must use single, unbaited hooks. The Anchor is closed altogether 2 miles north and south of the river mouth. The Ninilchik River, meanwhile, is open to king fishing. For lake fishing, Bunker suggested that anglers try the Bridge Creek Reservoir near Homer for Dolly Varden. She said bait, spinners, and fly fishing gear are all effective. That's all I've got for you this week, folks. If you've got questions or comments, please email us at tightlines@peninsulaclarion.com. Come back next week. As always, best of luck fishing, and remember, the right line is a tight line.